So I'm going to go into a little more of my fun ways that Shep learns. First of all, we use electronics, a lot of them. I attribute some of Shep's intelligence to using electronics early because he started using a phone when he was like 6 months. I know some people are against giving children electronics, and I've heard their things. Oh, it stunts creativity. I'd rather have them read. Well, you know something, and that's fine. That's how you do it. That's how I do it. My thing is, back in the day, way back in the day, there used to be people that didn't want their kids to learn how to read. They didn't think it was necessary. They thought they should learn other things. Can you imagine that today? Not having your kid learn how to read as early as possible? No, it's crazy. Like, people wouldn't do that now. They teach their children how to read. You have to read stop signs. You have to do you have to every single day. There's something you have to read. So, children learn young how to read. Well, here's the thing with electronics. Did you not use an electronic today? You're on one right now, obviously. But even before this, did you use an electronic today? Did you use something computer-based? Probably. More than likely. And it seems more and more every year. They're in our lives. He's going to be using them his whole life. It's much better to have them learn younger than, just like anything, learn young. You'll have it longer. So, my son has 3 tablets. We have the TV on all the time. I just have it off right now so you can hear me, and pretty much I'm losing my mind because it's so freaking quiet. And he has a old cell phone. So that being said, the old cell phone that he had when he was 6 months did not go online. I mean, it went online for me to download the apps, but it didn't go online. Like, he couldn't be scouring the internet. Right now, his tablets, he has one for learning. Strictly educational stuff on it. And he loves it. All educational games. Loves it, loves it, loves it. So much fun. He can use it whenever he wants. I don't limit it. He wants to play with it, he can play with it. That's fine. Never tell him he can't not play with it. His other one was his old one, but he still has it. His other one I don't use anymore because of a show called Blippi. You see, it was an Amazon tablet, and Amazon has this great thing when you go into the kids thing that it recommends shows for your child to watch. And one of those shows that was supposed to be age appropriate was called Blippi. Blippi, I hate with a passion. Not only is he annoying, I guess there's a different Blippi now, but he does these dumb things that you're like, okay, that's just so dumb. If a kid did that, they could get hurt. All of a sudden, there you go. There's your kid trying to do it because Blippi did it. Now, granted, you explain to your kid, Blippi's on TV, it's fake, you can't do that, but it's an adult doing it. So, and it's not a cartoon, it's a real live person doing these things. So it's like, why would they show that to young children? Why would that be on? Because my son, and it was recommended for him at age 2. No. No matter how much I explained to him that, yes, Blippi did it and Blippi didn't get hurt, but you could, and Blippi's mommy isn't there, he still does it. So, Blippi is the reason why Shep does not use his Amazon tablet anymore at all. So, well, he does. He uses it for Plugo, and I have Amazon Kids off of it now, because Blippi, whole reason why. Complete reason why. Blippi is gone. Now, that being said, Shep loves it, so I do have a couple Blippi episodes that he watches of the cartoon one now that they have the cartoon one out, but I really try to not have him watch it, because I just so disdain for that show. So, I don't limit, but I do watch what he watches. Um, I mean, he's wouldn't know to look for like a horror movie on TV, but obviously, if he did, I'd shut it off. YouTube, YouTube has been. We are getting to the problem now where he is looking up things for number blocks, and some of them are fake. Number blocks is Shep's favorite show. Some of them aren't done by number blocks, and the problem is these schmucks are giving fake math answers or doing something like really weird and scary like in the middle of it. Like there's some weird stuff I've seen like when he's turned it on and I'm watching it. Okay, well this isn't bad because some of them are great. Some of them are fans of them and they're doing some amazing things and it's great and they're doing like, like they're taking the mathlink cubes and they're making all these great things, and then there's other ones where all of a sudden it's something just strange going on. So, but not real number blocks. Real number blocks is awesome all the time. But like, and it's not just that Peppa Pig does it. There's a couple others too. Peppa I haven't personally seen, but when I started looking into it, there was an article about it online, and it was involving Peppa. But number block, I've seen it done with number blocks because that's Shep's favorite show. That's what he watches the most. I'm sure they do it with all the little kid shows. Like I don't know, people are sick. So I do monitor it. He's not allowed to like go willy-nilly on YouTube. He can watch certain things and certain stations, and I don't have YouTube on his bedroom TV. It's not on his tablet. I disabled it. Well, my friend did, so don't ask me how. I can find out if anybody really wants to know how. But I couldn't figure it out, so my friend had to. So it's not on his tablet. It was on there, but it's blocked somehow. But it's not on his TV because I'd have to download it. So it's only on the living room TV. So I fully have control, even though Shep knows how to use the remote and likes to wake up before me and comes out and sneaks out and will try to watch fake number blocks. So that is a problem we're having because he's trying to watch this fake number blocks and then he's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, don't watch it. Like, there's weird stuff. So, and it is difficult to explain to a 4-year-old because even though he's super smart and knows a lot more educational-wise than your typical 4-year-old, he is still 4. So, sorry, I went on a tangent. I do that. So anyway, the educational things. Tablets, awesome. Use it. All educational stuff, rock it. TV, on, all the time. I have, so with YouTube, I've done a little thing that I watch, and I've put on the little shows that he watches, and I've done a little playlist. So I pop that on, the playlist, that plays on during the day, depending on what we're learning. But I just have a random one of all random things that he's been learning, and just to go reiterate it. So while we're playing other stuff, that's going on in the background. So, for instance, he likes the solar system. So let's say we're playing with, I don't know, we're playing with his musical instruments. I'm right near his toys to show. We're playing with his musical instruments. We'll have it on in the background. We'll have solar system, something about the solar system on in the background. So we're doing that, but he's also hearing about the solar system. Or if we're doing a puzzle, he may have something about sight words on. It's just, I keep it going and different things going on it. Now, if we're going to actually do something, I will pick out shows that we're going to watch, and we watch. And we go from there, too. Like, we'll start, and then we'll find another one, and we're like, ooh, but I'm watching it right with him. So, and you can usually tell by who made it if it's going to be, like, a normal one or a weird one. So, because sometimes YouTube, like, tells you the weird ones. So you're like, ooh, I don't want to watch that. Why? No. So, I am cautious about what we watch. I think the electronics definitely helped with him being able to count and know his alphabet and be able to put it in order and his colors before he could speak. Because not only did I do the ball pit thing, and I did the felt letters, I always had on a station called Baby First. Baby First isn't in the state, but it was in the state that I was living in at the time when Shep was that age. And it was on the regular TV, and I would put it on. Well, first I'd have the news on, and then Baby First would go on from like 6 a.m. I think it was. They had other stuff on that I didn't like late night. So I'd have news on until their shows started coming on, like the kids shows started coming on. They had like cooking shows on or something, and then I would put it on Baby First and keep it on till about 8 o'clock, because then they went back like 8 p.m. because then they went back to the cooking shows, and I'd put back on the news. So, and I always had the captions, always captions on the bottom, so he can see the words as they're going through. I did that, and Baby First had all sorts of great shows. They had shows like for music. They had the Color Squad or something, or Color something. I can't remember. It's all little cute little crayons, and they do things. He'd watch that. It's a great station. If you have it in your area and your kid is from 6 months to 3 years old, I highly recommend it. It is an awesome station. They have all programming done towards their age, and Shep watched it until he was 3. So, on top of doing the other, the stuff with me. But yeah, so besides electronics, which I think really do help a lot, Shep, we play. So, but all of his toys are actually educational. So, he doesn't know. So the toys he loves to play with, teach him something. I mean, so there's crayons. Crayons, obviously, art skills, like, you know, how to write, anything like that. His blocks. I think we've seen these enough. They're mathlink cubes. He loves these. He's obsessed with them. Oh, this is, I think, number 9 has a weird face. Oh, he must have not did that. I'm like, I might have done that, because I don't think I would have, though. Somebody must have been over and played. Because that would annoy Shep. Little dominoes. Obviously stacking. You know, he's 4, so a lot of the toys are very things for his age. His puzzles he plays are educational. Pretty much all of his toys are educational. He does have some things like his trampoline. That's not, but however, he likes to watch videos, educational videos, and math videos, and language arts videos while he jumps on the trampoline. So, and when he plays with, you know, blowing bubbles, when we go camping, I have a TV outside. I have it going, same thing. Educational stuff going on the whole time as he's playing with stuff outside, doing outside non-educational, but if you play with it enough, if you figure out a way, you can make anything educational. So, you can make anything fun educational. So you can see, so that's what I do for the fun things. I mean, and we make up games all the time, constantly. So I'm very creative if the TV's on. I need sound to be creative. So if Shep comes up with something that he wants to watch, so I lose my mind without sound. Literally, it's like mind-numbing, but I'm afraid you guys wouldn't hear me. So say he comes up with something that he wants to learn. Okay, oh, cool, how am I going to teach him that? Oh, idea! And I think of something, and we do it. I'm trying to think of an example of what we did, and he's like, well, let's do this. Oh, we made tornadoes. He was interested in a tornado. Okay, well, let's make tornadoes. Let's grab 2 soda bottles and make a tornado. I mean, that's not that super creative because I didn't come up with the idea of making soda bottles. I'm making tornadoes out of soda bottles. I'd done it as a kid and was like, yeah, well, let's do it. This will be fun. Let's learn about it. Let's throw some stuff about tornadoes on and let's make some tornadoes. Uh, totally off the cuff, not something, weren't planning on it. Just that, I mean, I've made up matching games while we play things, and he's like, oh, what about this? I'll have to, next time I come up with something interesting, like a creative way to teach him something, I'll have to do just that, because right now I'm going on a blank of what I've done. But, one of his toys that I love that actually helps quite a bit. Don't mind the mess. Is these. They are the times table. When he first started learning the times table and got really excited about it, Shep loves blocks. I don't know where some of the times table is, and he has them all out of order right now. But he started playing with these, with the blocks, and started using them as regular blocks. And would look, because he had the interest in the times table, he was doing 2 times and 3 times, and, said he wanted to learn 6, and wanted to learn that, and wanted to learn the whole times table, which he does now, no. But, so I got him this, and we'd play. Just play normal. Not doing the times table. Not anything. Just playing. Stacking them, doing whatever. Shep would read it. Oh, 7 times 8. 56. Yeah, that's what equals. Oh, cool. And he'd just keep looking at them and doing. Well, as he played with them, he learned multiplication. He also did use his apps for it, too. So, there are some great apps that he used, too, to help. And numberblocks, I gotta say, numberblocks is amazing, because numberblocks has taught him so much with math. It's just incredible how creative these people are with their alphablocks show and their numberblocks show. I mean, their alphablocks show, if you haven't watched it, watch the alphabet. So I used to have him watch alphablocks before numberblocks. I actually got sick of him watching alphablocks one day. So I was like, let's try this. It's numberblocks. And he was screaming, I don't want to watch that, Mommy. I'm like, no, I can't listen to alphablocks anymore. And we put on numberblocks. And now I'm like, can we just switch it to something else for a little bit? Because he'll watch numberblocks all day long. But they did their alphabet song, and they did their alphabet song that they do the phonics with, and that's super duper cute. And then they did their alphabet, and it was so creative. I was just like, wow, like, this is great. And I gotta say, it's kind of entertaining for me as well while he's watching it, and I think that helps quite a bit if the parent is entertained too, because if you're bored, you're gonna convey that. So I'm trying to think of what else we've done that's fun. Well, I mean, everything's fun. I mean, we also play, so another thing that we do, oh shoot, and this is why everything's all messy all the time. I really need to, cleaning is not my forte. Oh shoot, you can see my bra. Cleaning is not my forte, at all. So I do not have talent in cleaning. Don't. I've tried. I'm awful at it. It's amazing how bad I am. Like, I'm so bad that there were people that thought I was faking that I'm that bad at cleaning, and I really just don't know how to clean. Like, it's bad. It's really, really bad. So we also do emotional games too, to work on emotions. So this is Wake Up Stars. Disclaimer, I actually sell this game, so, but it does emotions, so we do emotion games too. I try not to show too much of the stuff that, like, I'm an independent sales rep for Simply Fun, so I try not to show too much of that kind of stuff, though, because I'm not doing this to make sales. I'm doing this just to tell people about my homeschool experience. So, but yeah, there's that, and he does emotions with that game. Also, Outschool. So OutSchool is awesome. OutSchool is even great if you don't homeschool. So there are all these cute little classes that you can take over Zoom with other kids. So he's getting the interaction of other kids and he's learning. So yay, and it gives me a few minutes to clean, even though we know I don't clean very well. Clearly. So we'll just say clean. Yeah. Like, I try. But it will give, so OutSchool, awesome. So he did a class on OutSchool where they did emotional Jeopardy. It was so cute. And he was playing with all these kids and he learns and it's great. And then he does math classes on there. Like, he doesn't do a lot because it would get pricey for him to do it all the time. But he does a few of them. I try to get in 1 or 2 a week, just for socialization. That is the only thing. We're week 4. The socialization's tough. Not having the car made it tougher, but the car working makes it easier to socialize with other people. That's, kind of a big thing. You have to be able to get places. The socialization, though, won't be a problem soon because I just signed him up for some sporting classes and he does skiing. So I signed him up for basketball. He already does skiing. That's with other kids. And basketball is with other kids. And when we go camping again next in, the spring, summer, there are other kids there all the time. So he'll get socialization that way. So he gets socialization that whole time. And once I have the car, I'm going to be doing field trips and things like of that nature, so he can go and play with other kids and start meeting up with the homeschool group people, because there's homeschool group people. If you go on the things, so the Facebook boards, if you go on, there's homeschool group people and you can meet up and they have little activities that you can go and do, and most of them seem for kids older than Shep, but there are some, like there's a trip to Great Wolf Lodge, we're going, so that should be a lot of fun. Really excited to meet some other homeschoolers. And I'm trying to think. That's pretty much it. I can't really think of what else to say. I go on and on. I'm really bad at that. Sorry. Anything else about his learning? No. Let's see, I touched on the tablet, the phone, the TV, the games me and him play. Oh, Plugo. He plays Plugo. That's with his tablet. I don't know if I talked about that. Trampoline pretty much when he's doing everything. He learns. Yeah. Everything pretty much is, I have lots of dry erase boards and Velcro boards. We put things on, we write things down because it's easier sometimes to write it out to explain things to him, and also for him to write things out. Like, we're measuring his potato plant. We're gonna measure it once a week. So there's that. But a lot of Shep's learning is from me playing games and apps. It's all fun. So that's my method of play learning. I don't really know what kind of method is. If anybody knows what method I am doing, that's it. And sorry if I offended anybody on my stance on electronics. I don't mean to be offensive. It's just, I think electronics are part of our lives and they will be part of your children's lives forever. This isn't, we're not by candlelight here. You use computers for everything. Bye.